There are two consumables you'll use quite a bit during invention training: divine charges and equipment siphons. These items can get to be very costly over time, so this guide shows you how to make your own and save lots of money. Divine charges are fairly easy to make, requiring only 20 simple parts and a variable amount of divine energy. This chart from the RuneScape wiki shows the amount of each type of energy needed to create one charge, as well as the energy cost per charge. You can see that some energies actually cost more than the price of the charges, so it's important to check before you buy. To get simple parts, you'll want to disassemble lots of maple logs. With my junk chance reduction, maples have a 58% chance of yielding simple parts. Around 3,000 items can be disassembled per hour, which means you can get over 1,700 simple parts per hour. That's enough parts for 85 divine charges at a total cost of 75k. As you can see, I have some of the cheapest energies in my inventory here, and I'm going to turn them all into divine charges. The total amount I spent on energies was about 3.6 mil. A few ticks later, and I've got 5.6 mil worth of divine charges. This is not really a great money-making method, but if you find yourself bank standing for a few minutes, you can disassemble some maples to have enough spare simple parts to make your own divine charges. Next up are equipment siphons. Getting 120 invention, you might consume about 50 mil worth of equipment siphons, so making your own can drastically reduce expenses. Equipment siphons require 50 simple parts, 5 dexterous components, and 5 precious components to make. You already know to do maple logs for simple parts, so let's start with dexterous components because they're easy. To obtain dexterous components, you should disassemble magic shortbows. This may seem costly at first, but magic shortbows give you 12 materials each, so you get dexterous and precise components quickly. Precious components are tricky. Most of the gems and jewelry you can disassemble for precious components will cost you a lot of money and take hours to disassemble just for enough components to make a few siphons. The best method that I've found for getting precious components is making rings of slaying. To start off with, you're going to need to bank a bunch of enchanted gems. You can buy these from your favorite Slayer Master, and also the Slayer shop in Taverley. For some reason, these shops are disjointed, so you can bank about 600 enchanted gems per day. Once you've got a decent stockpile of enchanted gems, buy some gold bars, put on your artisan's outfit, and head to Edgeville Furnace. You can make about 1400 rings of slaying per hour. Of course, you'll want to set up a preset to make banking faster during this process. Now just disassemble your rings of slaying and watch the precious components roll in. Remember to save yourself a few rings for Slayer teleports. A really nice side effect of this method is that the rings of slaying are also great for enhancing components. That way when you go to make augmenters or book switchers, you already have plenty of enhancing components to work with. And that's it! The last step is making your equipment siphons on an invention workbench. I had a few supplies saved up from before, but I actually made 50 equipment siphons in about 4 hours at a total cost of 2.5 mil. This is a fairly time-consuming method, so I usually only make equipment siphons when I'm running low on them, but it can save you a ton of money, and even make some pretty good profit if you sell the extras.